Style for Life. I'm Stephanie Rumble, fashion stylist, accountability coach, and your guide to feeling good in your body and your clothes. Based in Christchurch, New Zealand, I bring over 3 decades of experience in fashion, fitness, and wellness to help you feel strong, stylish, and self-assured. Together we'll explore the emotional, physical, and practical sides of style, because true confidence starts from within. No matter your age or size, you deserve to feel confident and show up as the best version of you. I truly believe this. This is Style for Life. Kia ora everyone and welcome to the podcast today. I'm going to talk to you today about spring-summer fashion trends, but before I get into this, I just want to, as always, acknowledge those of you who watched the podcast last week or listened to it with the lovely Olivia Haysmith, who was our sustainability/vintage clothing reseller and also my marketing guru. So very grateful to those of you who watched the podcast last week and just wanting to say thank you. And you can see in the background today, I have my lovely colours displayed, my colour drapes. So, you know, just they are now there permanently, and I've left the background unblurred so you can see them. If you do want to contact me and have your colours done, you can see that that's what they look like, which is really fun. Now, today is all about spring-summer fashion trends, and it's something that I probably should have talked about months ago, because it's now the end of October. Oh my goodness, 22nd of October today, and really honestly we are starting to get into summer fashion in a reasonably big way here in New Zealand. The shops all have their summer fashion in store and there's heaps out there for everyone to buy, but I just thought really good time because people are actually thinking about summer fashion now and it's time to actually get into it. So before I get into talking about the trends, I just want to say that you don't have to wear what's on trend. This is just to share with you what is out there and also show you all of the pieces I have are from my current wardrobe. When I translate this to my blog, I will share some images of some current products. So I do suggest that those of you who are listening, you actually have a look at my blog and you can see some of the imagery that I'll pop up there. It will be different from the clothing that I show you today for those of you who are watching on YouTube. Those of you who are listening, I'll do my very best to describe things and I'll be also showcasing them. As I start to talk about the garments that I've got and the trends, I will be picking them up off my clothing rack and I'll be showcasing them. So those of you who are, as I said, watching will get to see all of those. The ones I'm showcasing are from my own wardrobe. Some of them are not current season, they are historical clothing I've had for a while, but I will tell you each piece and whether it's new and whether you can buy it now. I haven't bought a lot of clothes this season, I've bought a few. So first of all, how do trends work? I think I explained this in the last podcast. We tend to take direction from what's happening overseas. Now, when I researched this, I looked at what's happening in the shops currently, what I'm seeing in the shops, and also what I've seen on the runway in Fashion Week, which was really great, and then what I'm seeing in the international runways as well, and that came through for last spring summer. And remembering I was actually in Europe when spring summer was being released into Europe, and or it had been released, the clothing had been released, not the actual fashion shows. They were released much earlier. So yes, I was there, I saw it in the flesh, and then obviously now I'm seeing some of these things but coming and being integrated into New Zealand fashion. So what are the trends for this season? So we are seeing a whole lot of different things. I'm going to cover off about 10 different trends, as many as I can kind of get my head around, and then I'll go through them and show you examples as much as I've got. I'll list them out first, and then I'll go through each one in a little bit more detail, explain it for those of you who are listening, and show it to those of you who are watching. The first trend I've got here is a nightie dress or 90s slip dress. So that's a nightie dress or 90s slip dress. So I'll show you both of those. I've got a couple of versions of them myself. Then we've got tank tops. Yes, that is you are right, it is tank tops. That's a sleeveless singlet. Athleisure, and we saw quite a lot of that in the Karen Walker and Adidas show at Fashion Week, and I'll show you a couple of my takes on that as well. Again, things from my own wardrobe, things I've had for a while. So that's merging current fashion pieces with athleisure to make it look real athleisure look. Also plaid. So plaid, I don't know if I pulled any plaid out of my wardrobe, I think I forgot. But plaid is really on trend, and we're seeing that across quite a few of the retailers. Khaki or utility is something that came out of our international runways, and I have seen it extending into our fashion here for the summer, which is really interesting. Masculine suits, so, you know, I'm always a fan of suiting. It's hard to get me past it. Our interpretation of this, which I'm still seeing in the shops now, and I have got a piece that's current season to show you, is more that waistcoat piece with the jacket, which is really nice. So that's really good. And then also in terms of colours, we're seeing some nice red tomato colour, which I've got. You can see one hanging right behind me here, which I'm going to show you as well. I've got some pieces in that. I bought a couple of pieces when I was overseas, and I also have some pieces which I have in my current wardrobe, which will work in this fashion trend for this season, which is awesome. So that's red tomato, and then chocolate brown has been a real trend that's coming through for the season, and I'm teaming that up with leopard to show you that leopard print or animal print is still extending into fashion for the summer. It came through a winter and it's still kind of here. I'm seeing it in lots of iterations for summer fashion too, which is nice. We're seeing it cross seasonally. And then also I think a couple of more things I've got here are lace trims. So lace trims on things like on singlets and whatnot. I've got a couple of pieces to show you. Wider jeans and trousers are still everywhere. So if you're in that trend, very much still happening. Cords or two pieces are still very much about. Slouchy jeans and slouchy jean shorts are also everywhere, and that puffy frilly thing that we saw going on with sleeves and we've seen for a while is still very much a thing. Lots and lots of things to show you, lots of things to bring out, and lots of pieces that you will see that I've worn already that are currently on trend, but I've just kind of brought things out of my wardrobe. And I want you to think about this from your own perspective too. What do you have that's actually in your wardrobe? So the 90s or slip dress, I pulled from my wardrobe this particular version of it. Now it combines a couple of the trends, and you may have seen me in this. So it has the thin straps, which we had in the 90s. It has a nightie look about it, right? This is actually a Skims dress. I've had this for a year or so, and it's this thin strap thing that works. Now, this looks very scary to a lot of you, but I have worn this quite successfully with a nice pair of high-rise nude full coverage knickers and also a nude bra, and it works really well. So that's the dress. It's actually full length. My daughters have them as well. Scarlett has a black one and Poppy has a hot pink one. So that's an example. So for those of you who are listening, this is a lace dress, and this one's bright orange. It's got thin straps. And this one is a body skimming or bodycon dress. This is another iteration of the nightie style. So this dress that I'm holding up now is one I bought from Greece. It's white and it has a lace trim. We're seeing this lace coming through for summer too. And it also has a bit of embellishment. It has the thin straps, so that nightie look at the back. It has a bit of shirring. So we're seeing this in white, a lot of white coming through. Again, I picked this one up in Greece. Both of the dresses were worn in Greece last year. And I really liked it, and I particularly liked this dress because even though it's a short dress, the style works well for my body shape, because although I wear some short dresses, not a lot, it works particularly because it's a flared or a fuller style, and that tends to suit my leg and my knee, etc. shape, and also for me, being my age, it's particularly good. So the nightie style, now if you do go and get one of your grandma's old nighties and you're my age and wear it, you're probably going to look very frumpy and weird. Someone really young is going to look a lot better in that, not meaning to be ageist, but it is a bit harder for us as we get older. So you have to style these right so that they do actually look like dresses as opposed to looking like nighties. So the look with the lovely lace down the front and the silk slip look, which is really great. A lot of these on Silk Laundry. Silk Laundry does a really great version of the 90s slip dress in silk, and it's just a cut on the bias and lots of colours. That is a place where you will see a lot of them online. And again, if you're wearing them, you need to style them with some shoes, with some jewellery, with actually a handbag and all of the things that make it a summery look. So that's the nightie dress or the 90s slip dress in a couple of versions for me. So the next thing I have on the list is tank tops. Now, I only bought one of these because most of you will know what tank tops are. This one's a little scary, I know, because it's quite short. This is a Caitlin Crisp tank top. I've actually travelled quite a lot with this tank top. I really like it. It's got wee tie-up sleeves. It's a wee bit cropped. So it is quite a nice piece, and it works quite well with a lot of things in my wardrobe. It's a plain. So we look at these plain colours as being supporting acts or going with lots of things. So one of the things we're still seeing coming through a lot in fashion, I didn't mention it before, I forgot, was skirts. Now we've got the pleated skirt, which is really on trend. So if I come back on the rack here and pull out a couple of pleated skirts, I've got this particular iteration, which is from Ruby. It's a vintage piece. It's really long. It's a really long skirt. So for me, it's right to the ankle, but you can see how with the tank top it works really nicely. So putting the yellow tank top on with a floral pleated skirt. So these are very much on trend. You'll see these coming through in lots of places. And I've also got another iteration of it, which is this Max Mara one, which again you may have seen me wear. And this I picked up in the Valentine's sale. So I love Max Mara as a brand, but in New Zealand it's very expensive. So I got this in a sale, and as I said, I love it. And it's got lots of great colours in it, so you can team up all of the colours in the dress. It's a floral, both dress skirts are floral, and this one is a floral pleated satin finish longer skirt with a yellow background. So you've got in this particular print, you've got green and red and purple and turquoise, all of which would look really nice worn with it. So those two particular skirts, that pleated skirt trend is actually really in as well. The other thing that we're seeing a lot of, and we saw a lot of this a wee while ago, and it's come back into fashion, or it's not come back, it's just not gone anywhere from fashion, is our athleisure trend. So athleisure is when you combine activewear or, you know, athletic gear, clothing that may be worn for sport, with other clothing and make it work. So I'm not a great fan of wearing my workout gear for casual gear, because I have workout quite a bit, and I'd like having my workout gear for working out in. And I personally don't feel great wearing like little short tights and a crop top around as a vibe. It's just not me. But I do like wearing it to the gym, and I do have a take on this. So I went to the Karen Walker and Adidas show at Fashion Week, and it was actually supreme. It was my favourite show. I loved it. I loved all the little hobby horse ponies, all the things that went with it. So I'll make sure a photo of that gets put into the blog so you can have a look at it. But it was one of my favourite shows, and I suppose I really liked it particularly because the two brands that were showcased are two of my favourite brands, which was Karen Walker and Adidas. So I haven't got both to show you here. I've just got some Adidas, but I just thought I'd bring out to start with this two-piece Adidas suit which I bought when I was in Barcelona. So I'm just going to show you what it is. So it's an Adidas jacket. It's a navy background jacket. It looks terrible with my dress, but it has little Adidas, peachy Adidas symbols all over it, which I actually loved. Navy's not one of my favourite colours. I am wearing it today. I do love this dress, but I just loved this jacket because, again, me being me and liking cords, it's got a matching bottom. Now, to wear this and to move it out of looking just like athletic gear and make it look a little bit more like athleisure, I'd team it up with this top. So put the trousers on and put this top underneath. So I'm just removing the jacket, and I'm going to hold up the trousers, which are the same print. They're a wide leg pant, really comfortable Adidas pant. So they have a drawstring waist like most Adidas pants. Actually, here it is here, elastic waist, the drawstring. They're a wide leg, and they look really cool, right? So what I do is team it up with this Zara top. So you can see I'm holding up here a top that's in the coral colour that's in the print of the Adidas, and it's got a frilly sleeve. So this frilly wee sleeve is really on trend. This top comes to my waist and can be tucked in. I would wear this potentially with a pair of sandals. I might put some jewellery on, some lipstick on a hot day and go out in it. If I was feeling really cold, I would, again, put the jacket on with the trousers, or I might even team it up with another jacket like a blazer that's in that corally colour so that it looks like I'm combining the two. So that's just one example of the athleisure combinations. I also have a couple of others. So this is an Adidas top, and this top I've had for, oh my goodness, like so many years. It's an athleisure style, so it's Adidas, but you can see it's kind of casual, and it's actually reversible. So you can, it's a top, it's navy again with a little bit of that coral trim. So it can be worn both ways. I bought it a long time ago, that it can be worn also with the heavy navy side out, which is really cool. I always loved this piece. So you can see again, it's got all these words on it. The Adidas logo is there, And it's got this little stripe down the side and across the shoulders, which is that coral colour. So what I would do is I'd team that up with a pair of pants. Now I got these trousers from American Vintage, which was a second store when I was traveling again, and you can see that they have a tapering leg with a cuff on. So again, how do I make these look athleisure? Put the trousers on, put the top on. Again, I'd put sandals rather than trainers, and I might ramp this up. So I'm holding up a pair of orange trousers and a navy top with some orange trim on it. And I'd probably put my white leather jacket on and maybe put some sandals on. A platform sandal would be more my vibe. Although if I wanted to, I could dress it up with my Wonders white heels too, which would be quite fun. And that would give it that athleisure kind of vibe. So that's just another way to do athleisure, just so that it looks put together and not like you've just come from a sweaty gym class. And again, I did love the way Karen Walker did this, and I'm waiting for some of her pieces to be released that I saw at Fashion Week so that I can actually put them into my wardrobe as well, which will be later on. One of the other trends, which I don't think I put on the rack, no, I put everything else on, was plaid. Now, plaid, for those of you who don't know, I put a wee reel on my Instagram earlier, about 2 weeks ago. I shared one on my story actually about all the different types of print. I absolutely loved it. It was so good. Really, really good reel. I might actually share it just to my feed because really love that. And it just explained all the different types of print, and plaid was explained. Plaid is a check. It's slightly different from a check. It's more of lines crossing each other and other colours in between. I really love it. It's really great. So plaid is very big. Ruby, which is a New Zealand designer, is doing plaid amazingly this season. So I'll share some Ruby pictures on my blog. So make sure you have a look at that so you can see what plaid looks like. And I recently took a client shopping and it was awesome. She was shopping for a wedding, and she was a guest, and she had wanted to get 2 outfits, and we actually took her to Ruby, which, as I said, is one of the great New Zealand designers. And when we went in there, we found 2 outfits actually, really great dresses. She's quite a full-busted lady, quite a curvy figure, so look absolutely amazing in their clothing. Their clothing goes from a size 4 to a size 20, so very inclusive sizing. And she put on this dress which looked really great through the bus. It supported her through the bus, and it was a beautiful red background check plaid version. And then when we looked for around again at some other bits and pieces, we ended up getting her a 2-piece, which was quite different. It had a shirring fitted torso. I have a photographic memory for clothes. Sorry, I can literally remember pretty much things in people's wardrobes. I wish I had a photographic memory for my budget and for all of the other things like that, but I don't. I have it for clothes. Like, that is my superpower, my photographic memory for clothes. I can probably remember most things in people's wardrobes if I give it a bit of time. So anyway, she bought this 2-piece. It was a shirred piece, I think, yeah, and it had a skirt to match, and it was long, it was green, it was beautiful, and that was also from Ruby. So it's not just at Ruby, there's plaid everywhere, but particularly they have jumped up on this trend, which is really cool. So on that photographic memory for clothes, it means that I can recall a lot of things that are in your wardrobe. So I only have to usually go through the wardrobe once, maybe twice, and I can visualize almost where it was in the wardrobe. I know, it's a weird thing, right? Where it was in the wardrobe, what you can wear it with, what else you have. It's quite handy for a stylist, very handy actually. Again, the photographic memory doesn't extend to other learning activities, but it does for clothes, which is awesome. So what else have we got on the list? So the next thing I have here is what we call car key or utility. Now, it's just so interesting because I find I'm drawn to things in stores, or I'm drawn to particular looks, and then I do research and find out they're on trend. So that's again another good skill for a stylist to have. It's intuition around what works. So what I have here is a combination cord that I bought from Veronica Main, and it's very utility looking. But what saves it from being super utility, it's khaki green for those of you who are listening, and as a short boxy jacket, very utilitarian looking, and it has a matching pair of trousers which are wide in the leg. And I haven't actually worn the complete cord yet because for those of you who know and are following along, I'm in the middle of Frocktober, which in New Zealand means I've committed to wearing a dress for every single day of October, and it's only the 22nd of October 2025. So I have worn this little jacket or shirt. You can call it a shacket. I love that, shacket. So I have worn the shacket over a dress earlier in the week. I wore it with a yellow dress. It actually looked really cool. I was really surprised with my colour combining. And I got that colour combining idea by using my app. So that was really cool, my colours app. So you can see here I'm doing up the buttons on this if you're watching. And it's got lovely bright gold buttons which kind of break up the khaki. It has a very boxy feel, but again, a great pair of trousers underneath. And this is a very on-trend colour and a very on-trend piece. And it's not often I wear this, but it is a colour I wear quite well. So very happy to wear it. I might also pair it up. So again, very plain and not printed, which is unusual for me. But I have really enjoyed particularly wearing the jacket. I felt amazing when I was trying on the pants as well. So if you wanted to pair it up and break up the colour, what you could do is you could pop this little yellow singlet. So it's a khaki jacket. We could pop the yellow singlet underneath it. And it actually looks really cool over the yellow singlet. Now, the reason I think it looks good particularly is because the buttons are gold and that kind of ties it together. So, we could go for the predictable old white underneath, but let's make it a bit more interesting and pop something else under there. But you can see the wee jacket would look good over dresses and things too. So another option and that utilitarian sort of styling, or the khaki as well. So I just thought I'd share that. I've only got one piece. Oh, no, I haven't. I've got another piece. Now, this is also covering off another trend, which is the bright red trend. Yuck, lucky, isn't it? The bright red's on trend for me, having a business called Bright Red. So this is a current season piece from Mucci, and it is a bright red puffy sleeved, which is also on trend, very boxy fitted top. And then underneath here, I'll take the top off, is a very long and flowing skirt. Now, I can wear the two pieces separate and untucked because I'm quite tall, but I have worn this outfit so far. I've only worn it once because again, I'm in for October and I do like wearing it. It looks like a dress, so I wanted to wear it in the dress looking way, which was tucking the top into the skirt, which was really cool. And that was a really awesome way to wear it, but I would like to wear it some other ways. And so it fits into that utility type of look because it's got that boxiness to it. And again, if you wear the two pieces like this, you can see it doesn't create much shape. There's a potential to put a belt around here, which I have looked at, which could give it that nice utility look as well. But again, it's covering off a lot of bases in terms of trends. So what it's covering off is the full sleeve, that puffy sleeve, which is still in the utility look, which is that, that boxy look. It's covering off the skirts, which we're seeing very much on trend, and it's covering off a colour trend for the season. So all in all, for me, this was a great buy from Mucci, and I'm pretty sure it's still current and in store if you like it. It might be just the tops for you. Just on the sizing, I did buy a size 6 in the top because I found it quite big, and I'm generally a size 10, so very oversized. So if you're a curvier girl and you want something that's in this colour, you will find it will very much fit you regardless of your size, I would say, because there's a lot of options. It does fit on that slightly maroony side. Under after utility, masculine suits. So I'm a real suiting fan. I always have been. I love my suiting. I have quite a lot of it. In fact, I haven't counted, but maybe in the winter I'll do a whole suit month. There's a challenge. Doing a dress month, and I have to say, the thing about doing a dress month is I end up just wearing dresses all the time, clearly. But I feel like I could just eat neat. You wouldn't know. It's really interesting psychology because my trousers kind of keep me in check. Not that I'm obsessive about it, but they just keep me on the straight and narrow. So I'm putting trousers on sometimes after work. Anyway, moving through the trends, masculine suiting. I've picked up this very, you've possibly seen, this is from Veronica Main as well. So this is a current season piece. It's a light pink waistcoat and jacket worn together. So it has that masculine look with the waistcoat, which we're seeing everywhere still. Quite a few waistcoat and trouser combinations. But again, I love this. And if you wanted to see how I'm pairing it up, so for those of you who are listening, it's a blush pink in my pink. It has brown buttons, which is actually great because brown's a very on-trend colour for the summer. It is a jacket, a blazer style jacket with traditional vents at the back, which is in the male style, which is that 2 vent style. Female style tends to be 1, just in case you were wondering. It just has the 2 buttons on the cuff. It's quite a short sleeve, so I've been pulling it up. And then obviously the waistcoat underneath is the traditional style waistcoat. It doesn't have the drawer in at the back, but it all fits me rather nicely. So just if you're watching and you want to see how would I pair it, potentially I'd pair it with that floral skirt, which looks really cool, the colours in it. Probably put a chunky gold necklace at the neck. This is a two-piece I bought when I was in France. It's a pair of shorts, which look really cool, and a lovely top. So the shorts like this, they've got the lace trim on the bottom. The lace trim is also on trend. And again, when I bought these in France, and actually, maybe I bought them in Spain too. No, I had a disaster with these. I bought them in France. I wore the shorts, they got ruined in a laundry in Morocco, and I went back to Barcelona and found the shorts, and I bought another pair. They were on sale again by then, which was excellent news. And I didn't think a thing about the trends. I just loved the colour and then the lace trim, and then I come home and find out the colour and the lace trim is on trend. So there you are. I do have that instinct around identifying trends without really knowing I'm doing it, which is a good thing, as I said, for a stylist. So yeah, and I just seem to love things and then find out, well, that's lucky. That's on trend. Lucky me. So, sorry. The other thing that's on trend here is chocolate brown. Now, I haven't pulled out anything specifically in chocolate brown. I have got quite a few things. They are more in my winter wardrobe, but it is definitely a colour I like to wear. I've got a couple of brownish looking things, but they cover a couple of different trends, which moving from chocolate brown into the animal print, this is more of a zebra, a brown morphed zebra print. This is a very old dress. It's from a brand called Chic, Sheike. I had another client looking at this brand earlier on in the month. She liked it. She goes to Australia and wears it. I like this dress. I wear it a bit in the summer. It's a really good piece. So that's from Chic. I need to wear that, don't I? This month. Maybe I'll wear it tomorrow to work. And then also looking at the leopard print trend, I thought this was really worth showing you. This is a leopard print jumpsuit that I've had for a really long time. And I bought this from Farmers. So good. I ended up buying a 12. I'm usually a 10 pretty much across the board, but I bought a 12. It's probably 10 years old. I bought it when I was working at Westfield, and I haven't worked at Westfield until for about 5 years. So anyway, I've worn that a bit, and the leopard print just keeps on giving. And I have a couple of other things, one other thing on the rack, which is this skirt. This is current season. As stories be told, I bought this from Flo and Frankie. Really good piece. This shape of skirt is so easy to wear, suits everybody. I'm holding up an A-line tulip style skirt. Some of you will be balking at the thought. It's in satin. They are super forgiving. They can be worn high, they can be worn low, they can be worn midway, and they actually go with a load of things. So you could see how I could put that leopard print skirt with my pink jacket combo, waistcoat combo, which would be really cool, which was that masculine suiting vibe which I was talking about before. I will show you also that we have jean shorts that are still very much in the fashion mix, and these ones I'm showing you are from Ruby. I bought these last year and I have loved them. The style now is what we call jorts, which is designed to be worn quite slouchy. But I also picked up another pair of denim shorts, and these are from Glassons. Love these ones. Yeah, these are Glassons. These are a bit low rise. These are denim shorts. They're slouchy-ish as well. I've travelled around the world with these. I've worn these everywhere, and they are still going strong, and they don't even look too discoloured. They have been everywhere with me over the winter when I've been travelling overseas. So jean shorts, really love them. Glassons, easy slouchy style. What else have I got? Wider trousers are still everywhere, as are cords, which are the two pieces. So a couple of cords to show you. Love, love, love this one here from Juliet Hogan. It's got a lovely top and pair of trousers in the slouchy, wide-legged style. I debated hard as to whether I bought the skirt, but on reflection, I have worn these and absolutely adored them. They are this beautiful style, beautiful print. I think this is a great option for summer. That they're silk, they just travel well, they feel good. You can wear the top out in that more utility style, or you can tuck the trousers, the top into the trousers. Yes, have really enjoyed this cord. And then when I was in China, I had another little cord made. So this particular cord that I'm now showcasing was made out of scarves. So this is a whole series of scarves which they put together into a lovely cord for me, and it's so a cord is a matching top and bottom. It is a drawstring pair of pants. It is again a silk piece. You can see that's where the scarf was supposed to be cut and made into another scarf, but mine's in trousers, and it's got that kind of the look I'm showing you, if you're looking at this, as you can see the Asian influence, you can see Shanghai and the snakes. I just was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that. So they made trousers for me because that's what I'm about, right? Or maybe in November I should just wear cords. We'll see. I've got some exciting ideas going ahead about clothing. I just love dressing up. It's like super fun. So that's a cord. That shows you the wide leg trousers. And then the last thing is frills, ruffles, etc. This again is a top from Ruby. I've had this for a while, and as you can see, it's got a very roughly sleeve. It's actually really good. It sits up quite high. It's got a nice relaxed peplum style. We're seeing these come through again too, so it can be worn over something. Again, you can see it going over. The skirt I'm holding up here is the leopard print skirt. Any of the skirts that I've got here it would go with. Also look really nice with another pair of shorts. These I got made when I was in China. Again, the slouchy long short style. I couldn't resist these, which I'm showcasing a greeny pair with some big ceramic-y circles on them. So I have given you a bit of a rundown on the fashion trends for the season, and just to reiterate the trends, I'll just quickly go through them. Nighties or slip dress, tank tops, athleisure, and we also have plaid from Ruby, which I didn't showcase, which I will put in the blog. And we also have khaki utility and masculine suits, red tomato coloured chocolate, leopard print, lacy trims, which I showed you, wider trousers, slouchy jean shorts, and ruffles, puffs, and frills. So that's summer. I'm excited. If you want some help to find some of these trends in the stores so that you can wear them, feel good, integrate them into your own wardrobe, or let me help you find what you've got in your wardrobe and how you can work that into a trend, I am super happy to do that for you. So kia kaha, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with your summer shopping. Thank you for listening to the Style for Life podcast. Don't forget, you deserve to feel fabulous at every age, every stage, and at every size. If you're loving the show, hit subscribe and leave a review. It helps more amazing people like you find their way back to life through style. Thanks again. Until next time.